All right. Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Coach's Corner with Oliver and Wayne. And boy, this is the Monday after Christmas, and it has been a rebound from all of the activity over the holidays. So Wayne and I decided to add some value today to our different communities by coming on here briefly to share something that we think is very important for all of us. And if you don't know who Wayne is, Wayne, you want to introduce yourself?
Well, Oliver, when folks usually ask me where I'm from, I say I am originally from heaven, but I was dropped off in a piece of heaven called Belize.
All right.
But I'm
All
currently
right.
based in Houston.
All right. And you want to share with the people how do you show up in the world?
Well, I show up as a son of the Most High God, having divine DNA. And my mission, my purpose is truly to know God and make God known. And one way I do it is through life coaching. I'm a dream builder life coach. And what that is, I work with clients teaching them spiritual transformational principles, which takes the dreams from conception to manifestation. And I live what I'm teaching, and I'm teaching what I'm living. So it's about living your best life. That is living your purpose. So I think I got it covered there.
All right. Well, thank you, Wayne. And of course, my name is Oliver Blue. And like Wayne, I am a son of the Most High,
Mhm.
like we all are. There is no there is no multiple titles. We all come under the one breath that we breathe, that I call love, that I call God. And so we're all extensions of the Most High. And I'm also in the personal development arena. That's how I show up in the world. And I specialize in what you would call personal or organizational coaching. And what I do is help people to achieve their personal and or professional goals faster and with less effort. In other words, I believe in collapsing time. It shouldn't take a long
Yes.
time. It should not take a long time. And so, how do I do that? Through elite coaching and through the execution of what I call universal or transformational principles. And so this is how I serve humanity, and this is how I met this brilliant coach next to me, Wayne,
Mhm. Mhm.
hanging out in that coaching community, and uh, out of that, a child was born, and
Yes.
that child is called the Coach's Corner with Oliver and Wayne.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So today, what we're going to do is just share briefly and or expand upon an idea that I shared this morning in my community. Knowing now that Christmas is over, we don't have that to think about anymore. You might say, "What's the next step?" Then, well, New Year's is around the corner. Okay, all right. Well, what happened after that? Well, we're in the new year. So,
Mhm.
what is the next best step for any of us to take to prepare uh, for a year or our best year ever? Okay, now if there's no preparation, then that means that we are making a decision to live our 2023 by default.
Mm.
But we are here in this space to help not only ourselves but everyone understand that life happens. It don't just happen, but it happens just the way we plan it. And
Mm.
so if there's no plan, then we're basically living by default. Like they say, que sera, sera. How
Mm.
did that go, Wayne? Que
Whatever will be,
sera,
will be.
sera. Whatever will be, will be. And I've lived that way. Wayne's lived that way. All of us have lived that way at some point, and we didn't like the results. And so now we've made a decision to live by intention, to live by
Yes.
purpose, to live by a blueprint, a plan, because we realize that we are what? Creative beings. And what does creative beings do, Wayne?
Create, create. And we
Right.
all create. We don't get not to create. We
Why
are
is that?
creating.
Why is that?
Because all the choices that we make is actually part and parcel of what we're creating. And if I choose to lay in the bed and pull the covers over my head for the day, that's the day I'm creating. But if I choose to get up, meet with the executive director, get my instructions, and then execute, I'm creating the day with intention.
Right. So it's all about the fact that, like you said, we cannot not participate in the creative process. Why? Because we're our nature, we are creative beings. We all
Mhm.
are we all are a part of this grand uh energy, which is called God or love. And the nature of that is what? To create. And
Mhm.
so we don't live by instincts like animals do, but the humanity uh, is God's highest form of creation. And so, because we are of the God kind, we
Mm.
operate and function like the God of our creation. And so, like Wayne said, if you live another what 365 days, you're gonna have some results, right?
Mm.
And those
So will.
results will be based on what? Will be based on what we participated in either by intention or by default.
Mhm.
So we're
We
gonna all
decide.
have what? We're all gonna have
We,
what results?
we decide.
So this morning I was sharing with my community, Wayne, that what is that next best step? What can I do to get myself in a good position for 2023? And so I share with the community is that all of us need support or a support system. None of us we're not designed to go it alone.
Mm-mm.
Community or communion is all about the collective, uh, which is one, coming together as one. And when that happens, then there's this tremendous amount of opening of power that is released. We call it what? The infinite intelligence. In other words, everything that we could ever need, everything that we could ever require, because we have need of nothing, everything that we could require is available to us, and it's available to us in a form that we can what? That we can hear it, understand it, use it, execute it, right, and get the results that we desire. So this morning I said, I share with my community that the thing that one should be considering and should be doing right now is considering having support for 2023. What does that support look like? We here in our um, some communities we call it mastermind. Some community we
Mm.
call it partners or partners in believing. And what that basically means is that to achieve our vision, goals, dreams, aspirations, uh, that we need, that we require support for that to happen. It doesn't just fall out of the sky.
Mm.
And so to get from what I'll call our current reality, which is our current results, to move from our current result, which we all want to move from our current result. We don't want to live the next year the same as this year. It's said
Mm.
that, they said in our coaching, Wayne, you want to share that phrase that said about life and
There's some people live 90 years and others live 1 year 90 times. I don't want to live 1 year 90 times. I want this year was amazing. Next year is going to be even better. So every year is always becoming better. So I don't
right,
want to live 1 year 90 times.
right. And again, going back to our nature, it is in our nature to grow and expand, right? You know, if you're a Bible student, you know that the Bible said that we go from glory to glory to glory, meaning that we're all on this upward spiral of becoming, or not necessarily becoming, but becoming aware of what is already present, which is
Mm-hmm.
everything is already present for us. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
experience that, whatever experience that you can dream of you can experience. Whatever idea that you can come up with, you can experience it.
Mhm.
Whatever aspirations that you have, they only come to you because they're looking for a place to what? To emerge and to manifest in the world.
Mhm.
And so we said that having support is important. Oh my God. I go back to 2015, Wayne, when I was really, I was sitting on my back deck on my house and I was listening to my discontent, listening
Hmm.
to my longings, because I wasn't happy in the space that I was. And it because I was almost like living that same year over and over. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And from the outside looking in, it may have looked like, hey, Oliver got it all together.
Mhm.
But my inner reality, my inner verse, not my universe, but my inner verse was saying, grow, grow, more, more. And so I, having that experience of discontent and longings for more, came this dream, this vision. And uh, it was me through me getting support, seeking for help, that caused me to be sitting here right now in this environment, creating this uh, opportunity, creating this vortex where Wayne and I are adding value to all the different communities that we're connected with. That caused me to be where I am. That's what the vehicle that moved me forward. It was the support I got, and so I know how important it is. Wayne, you could share the same experience. It was the support you got because you had this dream somewhere. The idea of becoming a coach came into your uh, orbit. So how did you
I got
move
my,
from the idea?
I got my download.
You got your download. So how did support move you forward?
Well, when the thought came to become a life coach, it was as a result of my Bishop Noel Jones saying in church. He said, "There are business in this church that need to be created. Go create them." And I'm like, "Okay, I got that word." So I went up. He prayed for me, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to see what it is that I'm going to create." So here I am considering what is it that I can create, and then here comes Mira Morsi sent to me. I encounter her, and then I did the quantum leap work with her. During that time, I actually went through the dream building process. During that time, I had to come up with what was my dream. During that time, a part of the process is creating the mastermind or the support group for yourself. And there are four brothers that I actually had initiated the contact with because as a part of my responsibility and my life work was to create a support for myself. Now, these are brothers that I knew before. Today, none of them are life coaches, but they are definitely connected to the infinite. They're definitely advancing in the direction of their dream. They believe in themselves and they believe in me. I believe in myself and I believe in them. And they're the ones who've been like a major support for me, even as I've been on this journey, because um, it was in the early 2020 when COVID came, and I had gone to Hawaii. And actually, by the time the year ended, 2021, I was going to relocate to Hawaii. I did relocate to Hawaii. I went to Hawaii, the energy shifted, and then here I was having to get out of Hawaii in less than 3 days. My mastermind, my support, they were the ones that rallied with me, and they were the ones that reminded me where my vision was heading. They're the ones that said, "Where did you say you're going again? What did you say you were going to be doing again?" And I realized that they were the ones that supported me when I went through that phase of disappointment, frustration, feeling lost, because that's what your believing partners do for you. They believe in you and they don't really look at the situation and circumstances.
Right.
They see in you what it is, which is beyond what you see. So I
Right.
had to create that. And that group still exists today.
Right. So that's your inner circle, sort of like
They they are what I call my mastermind.
masterminds. Right.
They're all doing great things for themselves, and we're accountable with ourselves.
Right.
Napoleon Hill had the concept of the mastermind when he studied 500 of the wealthiest and successful people. And one of the 13 principles that he came up with is that successful people have a support group, which is referred to as the mastermind, or like you say, comprised of believing partners in believing. So that's a vital part of our lives. And there are different mastermind groups because, I know there might be a mastermind group for a book that is being read, but that has a specific time frame. There might be a mastermind group for a project that you're on.
Right.
But when I think about my mastermind partners, I want to think of people that are going to be with me for the long haul, for the whole journey of life.
Yeah. Wow. So in that moment when you may have been more focused on the shift you had to make, in that moment that you may have needed some reminding of what your dream is, your partners reminded you of that. In other words, they looked past your story, your circumstance, and your conditions and reminded you that hey, this is the goal. This is where you're going.
I remember when I came back and I was in Houston and I was praying with one of my mastermind partners. And one morning, and he said to me, did you realize that you're now closer to Belize than ever? And I'm like, duh, I just realized that, hey, my dream is to impact a nation and the world.
Right.
And honestly, Hawaii was as close as what it is as far as the vegetation and the environment being tropical.
Right.
But then I'm closer to Belize now where I'm at than anywhere.
Right. You in walking distance.
Yeah, yes. So I'm really, really happy and grateful. And I want to say thank you for choosing me for 2023.
What did I choose you for?
To be a believing partner. to be one who, and again, it involves accountability, it involves vulnerability, yes. It involves transparency, it involves supporting each other because, I mean, in life, they say when you go to the hospital and you see the monitors, this is the way the oscillations go, right?
Yes. Up and down.
When it goes straight across, it means you've checked out. And as much as a coach I am, as much as a motivator I am, we experience the ebbs and the flows. And therefore I need, and somebody said, the days of the Lone Ranger are gone because the Lone Ranger had his dog and the horse. But when he was down on the ground, if he didn't have somebody else to come and get him, this was just going to be the dog.
That's right.
So I need an individual, and it takes one person. You say one shall put 1,000 and two shall put 10,000 to fly.
That's all it takes.
It takes one. He says if where two or three are gathered, there I am in the midst of them. So we advance, locking arms like the Roman armies would lock arms together.
Yes.
It would take a lot to break that ranks,
Yes. Yeah, in the book of Proverbs, it says that two is better than one.
Yes.
Because if one faint or become weak, the other one can pick them up. Yes. And so that's the whole idea behind having a partner in believing or a mastermind as a part of your support system is so important. Like Wayne said, the day of the Lone Ranger is over. You may see that very fleeting, but it's still unusual. It is the exception, it is not the rule. But the law is that where two or more come together in the nature of love, there happens a tremendous release of all of the information, all of the infinite intelligence that's available to us. And what is that information is available for? It's available so that we can engage and execute our ability to experience life to its fullest. That's what it's for. There is no lack, there's no scarcity in our experience here. But without the expanded awareness of that and how to engage that and what principles and laws that are at work for us to help us, then we fall back into that space of que sera, sera, and living those 100 years, the same 100 times. Who wants that? That's boring, right?
The song comes to mind, which is so applicable. It says, I need you, you need me, We are all a part of God's family. Stand with me. Agree with me.
Yes.
I need you to survive.
Right.
It is His will that we should be right in accordance, right?
Right. So what we're saying here today is the next best step that any of us can take right now. If you're not a part of a mastermind group, if you don't have a partner in believing, and that person should be someone that deeply cares about you, someone that deeply believes in you. They know your story, but more importantly, they know the infinite potential that you are. And they're able to look through and past your story to see you as you really can be, your best self, your best life, your best expression. So this person or persons that we should engage in choosing to come along beside us for this next journey of 365 days called 2023. Again, we all need that support. It's crucial. Remember Wayne said when he got a little forgetful in where he was going, his mastermind group, his partners reminded him.
Yes.
They looked past the circumstances. You know, what Wayne said, I had to be out of Hawaii in 3 days.
Yeah.
They looked past that. They say head south to Belize.
But I know it's timely, it's needed, and like you said, even in the concept of what you've been doing in the last 30 for 30, right? The days.
The 30-30 that we're challenged that we're doing here in my group. Yes.
Having a support, and what it is, it's a form of accountability as well.
Yes.
Because if I say I'm going to do something, then you know I'm going to do it, and then you can ask me, "Hey, how are you doing with that thing that you said you were going to do?"
How are you doing with it?
Yes.
Which we do all the time with each other, and but now officially,
Yes.
because this morning, I sent Wayne an invitation to be my partner, one of my partners in believing, because of course, you know, I live with a partner in believing.
Yes.
But I need some more support.
Yes.
Because what I am doing, what I am walking into, it needs to be a solid foundation. And that solid foundation comes in the form of partnerships. Yes.
You get a twig, right?
Yes.
And you add another twig to it, and then you add a third twig to it. To break it is much harder.
Yes.
And then you add 2 more, then it's like, wow, it's like even harder to break that.
Yeah, I think Proverbs again says that a three chord form, 3 chord
cannot be broken.
It cannot be broken. And that's the beauty of, and this is a transformational principle that we're teaching here. This is a universal principle. You remember we said that if you don't understand the law, then you work against that which is present to help elevate you, and help fulfill the purpose for which you are here. And so these sessions that Wayne and I are going to be providing this year, and we're going to be providing, this is our first one. But in 2023, we're going to be providing these coaching corner sessions with Oliver and Wayne for your benefit, because we want to share these universal laws, these transformational principles, and not just share them with you, but implore you to execute them, because it's in the execution of them that you come to see the power that they are. I mean, hearing is one thing, but doing is what activates what we hear.
It's like one of our mentors says, information without application is entertainment.
It's just entertainment.
So the Coach's Corner with Oliver and Wayne is not an entertainment session.
Even though we are entertaining.
About transformation, because if we don't take what we talk about, and if we don't take what we know, and if we don't put it into action, that's as far as it's going to be, but it's about the word becoming flesh
Yes.
and dwelt among us. And that's going to be the manifestation of the glory.
Yeah, because I mean, what good is a promise if you can't walk in it? What good
Mhm.
is what good is an inheritance if you can't uh if you can't experience it? People talk about, well, uh I'll get that in the future. Well, there is no future. There is no future. There's only now.
So now,
There's only the now moment. That's why you hear, the greatest teacher ever says what uh the kingdom of God is what here is now.
yes,
It is you.
yes, yes,
It is for your taking, you're asking, you're experiencing.
yes.
Yeah. And so every moment is a now moment for us to wake up to the reality that we are a part of this grand uh, thing called life that we all share in equally, and that all of us deserve, all of us have been given, like he said, life and given it to us more abundantly. And but we all know that we haven't experienced life to the level that we want. Well, there's that
Mm.
just an indication that there's something that you can't outperform your awareness. You can't outperform your knowledge. You can't outperform your self-image. And so that only means that there's some inner work that needs to take place for us to get that, to keep experiencing that life at higher reaches and higher levels and high level experience where it concerned any part of your life. That means that there's something that we're not don't know, or there's something that we're not executing. Because a lot of us know a lot of stuff, but we're just not executing.
Hey.
And we're being frustrated, right? Because nothing is changing. Well, we're here to help you with the execution to change. We're here to inspire you to move into the direction of that higher calling that's calling all of us. All of us. It's calling all of us. And so, number one, that person or persons that you would choose to be a support for you in 2023 as a partner in believing or a mastermind partner, they should be someone that care tremendously about you, because they're going to help you navigate between your current reality and the preferred reality. In other words, the dream that you see, the aspirations that you have. You want to surround yourself with others that believe in you, people who have your best interests at heart.
Mm.
And you also want to reciprocate this support by believing in your supporters and holding them to a high regard. In other words, you want to become a partner in believing for them because they have aspiration, dreams, goals, desires also. Yes. Uh, so, and those that we choose should not be people that are impressed with our story or impressed with our challenges. No, it should be those that are there to help us uncover solutions to keep us moving forward. Successful people, like Wayne said, they create partners in believing, known as masterminds. And in this mastermind relationship, the focus and the intention is for helping each other be bigger than what we would be if we were working alone.
Mm-hmm.
As humans, we aren't desired to to go alone. So let me share what this could look like, the benefits of a mastermind group or a partner in believing, like Wayne is to me and I am to him. When we get together, now when Wayne and I get together, because we've faithfully had at least a monthly mastermind session, probably for the last 6, 7, 8 months maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We did it all in 2022. But this is what happens when you got that right inner circle, It could be just one person or it could be multiple. It says these are the benefits of a partners or of a mastermind group. When we come together, we tap into the infinite intelligence. We tap into it. And it's available to all of us. Everything that we could ever need to know is available. And so we tap into that. Like Wayne said, even the Bible says, where two or three of us come together, there I am in the midst. We would want to say a person, but that person represents infinite intelligence. Meaning all that we could ever need to navigate is already here. And we get
what I want to
we get access to that.
What I want to add to Oliver is that even in the absence of where we are physically, because when we finish this session and we say bye, the breath that breathes me breathes you. The life that lives me lives you. The connection with the infinite that you have, I have, even though the body limits us to time and space. So we're so connected to, I might even have a thought where I'm at. You have a thought where you're at. And because it's coming from the same source, that's where the cohesiveness comes.
It can be communicated. Yes.
And that's deep.
Right. Well, we all know that our thoughts, our ability to imagine, it transcends the limitation of our physical structure. If I say a sunny coast on a 90-degree day, there are children playing in the ocean. There's adults laying back reading books. There's a plane flying with a banner on the back with a message. There's the wind blowing. There's people walking the beach with their dogs, and all we hear is the incoming of the waves and outgoing of the waves. See, it's just right there. I use my imagination to go beyond this seat that I'm sitting in this place. Why? Because that's the capacity that we have. And our imagination is one of the 7 mental faculties that we have as a tool to access the infinite. And so we can go there. We can go there anytime we want. And so part of what we're going to be doing in 2023 in these coaching corner sessions is helping you go there, because there is a place. It's not a physical place, but it is an infinite place where we learn how to tap into that abundant, infinite intelligence that belongs to all of us equally. No one has a corner on this. No race, no creed, no gender, no country. No, this is a universal oneness that we all share. And no one can block that from you. No one can stop you from imagining. No one can stop you from thinking. No one can stop you from reasoning or remembering or being intuitive. Because what? That is the invisible part of you that access the infinite. So what God has given us all equally as a gift, it can't be taken away. You can lock the body up, you can freeze it, you can do all things to it, but you can't take away these invisible gifts that God has given to us. And so the number one benefit, again, when we come together, we tap into the infinite. Number 2, when we come together, we tap into our individual and our collective experiences. Wayne has had experiences in his life that I know none of. I've had experiences in my life that Wayne knows none of. But when we come together, all my experiences and all his experiences now is available to both of us. So we have exponentially expanded our value,
collective experience,
our perceptual value by just coming together. So that's the second benefit of choosing a partner to be with you on this journey in 2023. And then the third benefit is that we tap into the support of believing when another's believing may be challenging. like Wayne said, in this world of perception, there's a law that's called the law of rhythm. That means that there's always this movement, highs, lows, highs, lows. That's just in the perceptual world. In the real world, in our reality, everything remains the same. But because we're in this perceptual world, in these perceptual bodies, dealing with this perceptual environment, we have to understand the laws of perception. And one of those laws, the laws of relativity, meaning that there is a ebb and flow. If you're a sports fan, if you watch football or basketball and you're watching a game, you notice that in that ball game, there's what ebbs and flows, ebbs and flows.
Mhm.
And what a good coach tells you or teach you is that there's going to be ebbs and flows. But the ebbs and flows are only temporary. What is permanent is what you have held in your mind as an idea or as a dream or as a desire or as aspiration. That doesn't ebb and flow. That remains constant. And so having a partner or having mastermind or others to support you or having that support system in place, when those ebb and flows happen, guess what? You remain stable.
Mhm.
You remain stable. That's where the support is needed. And so together, not alone, but together, we access the one mind. Together we do it. We gain intuition, we gain ideas and insight into solutions, into removing that which seems to be a hindrance. And so we come up with ideas and ways of doing things and being so that we keep on this upward momentum. And so that's why we wanted to share this idea that this is the best thing that one should do before moving forward. If you've never had a partner in believing, if you've never been a part of a mastermind group, there's nothing stopping you. But we wanted to show you the importance of it. If you are a person of growth, if you're a person that may be discontent with your results the last year, the last 5 years, if you're a person that is looking to create something different in 2023, some of you are thinking about retirement. There's a lot of boomers that are, people my age that, I retired from a corporate job back in 2022, but I didn't retire from life.
Right. Nope.
No, it was time to create more life. And so, so you may be in that situation going into next year, and you don't have to wait till you retire to try to figure out what you're going to do. No, you want to be proactive. You want to be proactive. So, or maybe you want to create, something different. Maybe you want you want more for the value that you bring to your job or your career. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to take your family on a vacation. Maybe you want to improve your health. Maybe you want more time, more money, freedom. Maybe you want to have more peace in your life. What doesn't matter what it is. What we're saying here is that this is an essential element that we all need. We all need support. And one way to do that is to choose a partner in believing. And I did that this morning. And I sent Wayne a note, say, hey, I'm inviting you to be my partner in believing in 2023. And he said, yes.
Yes.
So even out of that, we're here. See, it creates ideas. It creates a momentum. It raises our quality of vibration, where all kinds of downloads, like Wayne called them, all kinds of ideas come to us, to where we now just get to create, we get to mastermind, we get to do so many things that otherwise we would find ourselves stuck somewhere in our own thoughts. So all this works towards the experience of the happiness that you already have within inside of you. So this is what we want to share with the communities today. And Wayne, do you have any final input there that you want to share?
Well, I'm just excited. I'm intentional.
Tell us about your share just a few things that are on your radar for 2023?
Well, if the download that I got reference to what 2023 is 2023 is going to be a year of quantum leap and exponential growth. So next year, this time, I'll be reflecting on what a expanded year it has been, because it's going to be quantum leap and it's going to be exponential growth. That is, I think the bamboo plant that has been planted and the roots that have actually been going down for the years so far is going to shoot up, and it's going to shoot up suddenly. And it's not going to be luck. It's going to be because we've done the work.
Because you've done the what? Inner work.
You guys have been doing the work. The roots have been going down. But when this bamboo plant shoots up, it's going to be amazing.
Wow. Well, that is absolutely wonderful. And I thank my partner for coming on here with me and adding some value to the community. That's one of our goals this year, is to heighten the amount of value that we add to the community. What is the community? It's the community of humanity. Wayne and I are not into specialness. We see the face of Christ in everyone.
Yes.
We know that that when we look at another, we're looking at a reflection of ourselves at some point. And so we would give to another what we would give to ourselves, because another is ourselves. We understand that principle.
Namaste.
Yeah. And so what we're going to be doing again is, in the months to come, you'll see Wayne and I as we develop this coaching corner. This is just an idea that we created this morning. So, hey, and then we believe that it has value, and we believe that it is helpful to the collective. So if you want to reach out to Wayne, and Wayne, I had your info in here at one time, but if you want to reach out, and Wayne, we want to share with the people how they can reach out to you.
Well, all the platforms, I'm on Facebook, and you can find me on Facebook, Wayne A. Moody, or if you can find me on Instagram as at Wayne as Supermodel. Actually, but all the different groups I'm on in Facebook, and you can also I'm on LinkedIn. And as far as email, several emails, but you can just direct message me on Facebook and I will respond.
But just in case someone wants to use an email, they can use your Moody email or your Dream Builder email, correct?
Right. They could use MOODAZ 2002 at Yahoo.
MOODAZ
2002 at Yahoo.
All right, I'll put that up.
Yeah, that's what I was known as a teenager. Moodaz. MOODAZ 2002 at Yahoo.
Is that it there?
That's it.
Okay, yeah. So if you want to reach out to Wayne by email, he's moodaz 2002 at yahoo.com. And again, Wayne offer full service coaching services. He is a excellent personal development coach, dream builder coach, and like he said, he helped people bring their desired aspiration, dreams, goals from conception to manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to reach out to me, you can email me at okblues@trulyob.com. okblues@trulyob.com. That's my email address. And you can also go to my website at www.trulyob.com and get an idea or a sense of what we do and what we offer. My wife is a master coach with me in our business. And many of you have seen us out here in these digital streets. And with that said, Wayne, it has been my pleasure. And
Mine too.
this is season 1, episode 1 of the Coach's Corner with Oliver and Wayne. Thank you guys so much for being with us. We will be back in January at some point. We'll give you some notice.
Yes.
But hopefully, not hopefully, we know that we have shared something here with you that only can make you better. And
Yes.
so with that said, until the next time, we say what? Namaste.
Namaste, and hey.
And until then, we'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.